What are these things? Okay. Okay, what kind of nonsense we got going on this time? What's up here? Oh, dude, this place is crazy. What's this? Although this cube hovers in the air, you can feel the ground shudder with its vibrations. Is this bridge safe to take here? Yes. Alright, looks like a gun maybe over here. What is this? Let's see. What is this? Oh, there's guys coming down. Koro. As you step on what looks like the back of an enormous construct, four strangers approach you. In the lead is a wiry man with parallel scars running from cheek to collarbone on the left side of his face. He gives you a welcoming smile, pulling on gray gloves embedded with pulsing lights. He is about to say something when he notices Callistege. Cal, I thought you'd sworn off trawling the reef. Found anything tasty? His eyes travel up and down you and Aligern. Are them fighting words, or are we cool? Let's see. Can I walk over here? Alright, so there's Gwyn, Vilnick, Koro, and Ixa. So these guys look like maybe different factions, because they're all different. They all have different, like, clothes on. Let's see, what is this thing? Can I do anything with that? Flickers of greenish energy race across rancid organic fibers in the center of a metallic disc. A slight yet implacable sense of unease surrounds the device. Wrench the fibers out of their sockets. Touch the fibers to try to project the device's energies outward. Concentration, lore mystical. Let's try that. Sure. Whoa. The waves of dread coming from the device are the direct result of psychic energies coming from deep within the construct. The device itself becomes dormant, and the feeling of unease around it is gone. I did a thing, I think. I don't know. What is this thing? A spherical head hangs loosely from this stanchion. A single metal fiber holds it in place. What is this? A sickly green crust scabs over numerous cracks. Hold on, let me read that. And divots in this turret. Okay. You can't see what this one is, though. A lambent green fluid drips from the end of this device's nozzle and hisses angrily on the metal surface beneath. Maybe I should stay away from that thing. I don't know. So, what kind of weird devices? We have people to talk to. We don't know what's going on. I'll talk to them. No. Does this guy want to talk to me? Okay. Take them down, Koro shouts to his colleagues. We need that falling star. Remind him he's fighting a man who fell from the sky and survived. He can't win. I'm Superman, yo! Let's see if this works. Failure. Ha, you're trying to scare me? The only one of you that scares me is Cal, and that's only because there are so many of her. 20 shins, whoever takes down the falling star. Okay. Can I click this thing? I don't know why I want to in the middle of combat, but there's a shallow depression in the surface here, like many others scattered around the construct. Unlike the others, energy still pulses across this one at random intervals. But there's a loose lens at the center of the depression. You think you could redirect it somewhere more useful, but it would be tricky to get it in between the energy pulses. Redirect the lens to use the protective energy, lower natural quick fingers. Yeah, sure. Sure. It's easy. Critical success. With careful timing, it is easy to twist the lens into what is hopefully a more favorable position. The lens glows, warning of an impending energy pulse. The field of energy extends outward and, finding a human body, encases it entirely in a mystical suit of armor. The energy keeps flowing until the entire body is covered, then the shallow depression becomes dark and dormant. Oh, I got some energy fields, yo! Sweet, that's cool. Now this dude can try to attack me all he wants. Alright, well, these guys aren't super friendly, so I'm going to run away. I think my buds from in here are supposed to be with me. Let's go see if we can get them back. They didn't seem to come out with me. That could be a bug. I don't know. Let's see if we can get them to follow along here. Will they talk to me still more? Yay. Error, it says. Okay. Alright, so something's going on with that. They don't want to join my team here, apparently. Let's see, what's in this room? Anything? Let's see. Let's go over and look at this. Resonance chamber, I guess. Sunlight falls through the ragged hole in the roof into the shattered resonance chamber. Yep, it is. It is hard to believe that you did this, that you plummeted through the curve of the pale blue sky, crashed through the dome, and broke this delicate machine with your own body. I know, I got kind of a hard head, you know. It is hard to believe that you are still alive. Well, yeah. 4 mechanical arms hang over the center of the device, above the cracked, semi-transparent crystal of the sarcophagus. The 5th arm lies broken on the floor among the scattered synth and crystal shards, and a metal ring surrounds the array, dented and broken by your impact crater. Yeah. Impact craters would probably break a lot of things, actually. Okay, let's see here. Take a closer look at the sarcophagus, examine the suspended arms, inspect the metal ring, examine the shards on the ground, or step away. Let's look at the sarcophagus and see. The padded interior beneath the coffin's cracked lid looks like it was made for a human body. Yeah, no duh. Despite the damage, you don't see any way to open it and get inside. You glance between the sarcophagus and the needle-like protrusions at the end of the arms above. It seems likely that using this chamber would not be a pleasant experience. Especially if some dude came from outer space and cracked your face in. That's not great either. You glance between the sarcophagus and the needle-like protrusion at the ends of the arms above. It seems likely that this chamber would not be a pleasant experience. I just read that. I'm an idiot. Let's see. So, what are these needle arms for? Does this seem like it's a operation thing where it could, you know, surgically save someone or whatever? Is this like an embalming thing? I don't... It's so hard to tell what's exactly happening. Maybe we should click on the actual options and I should shut up and we'll see. Hey. Cables run from machines along the dome's walls to the base of the suspended arms, each of which is capped with long needles aimed at the cracked coffin-like chamber at the center of the platform. I'm diabetic. Ooh, I'm so scared of needles. Gem-like lights flicker dimly at the bases of the arms. Okay, so it's Christmas light sewing machines. I don't know. Whatever. Inspect the metal ring. You feel the slightest hints of resistance every time you cross the ring. And now that you're paying attention, yeah, right, you note that your breath is echoing in your ears as though you're inside a glass dome. I am inside a glass dome. Duh. That's what this place is, isn't it? Alright. When you step outside the ring, that feeling passes. Okay. Examine the shards on the ground. Okay, come back here. Jagged fragments of crystal are intermingled with synth from the shattered dome above. The crystal shards glitter in the light like captive suns. Perception. A faint scratching sound draws your attention to 2 crystalline chunks near your feet. As you watch, they tumble gently into each other and meld, their disparate angles flowing together like water. After a moment, they part again, trailing shining threads of living crystal. It seems like the resonance chamber can heal from certain wounds, but not from the amount of damage you've done to it. Well, that's terrific. Pick up one of the crystal shards. Heck yeah. Okay. Let's see. At the rim of the crater, you find a sliver of crystal, sharp as a dagger on one end and smooth on the other. It might make a usable, if somewhat crude, weapon. Crystalline shard. Look for the useful shards? Yeah. That seems like the thing. They're too small, don't really matter. Okay. Step away from the device. Alright, what is over here? What is this thing? Okay, you run you run like a weird person. Okay. A slate black, unimpressive device hunkers before you. As you reach out to touch it, a triangle of lights on the causing its casing blazes into life, and an image unfolds in your mind. A towering crystal arch rises over a jagged gray landscape. The air is dead and stifling, and there, at its emerald peak, the image collapses, leaving you staring into the device's triangular array of lights. Command me, the device or intelligence within it says, each word carefully etched with distaste. Am I in that machine? Okay. Who are you? What is that arch you showed me? What commands do you recognize? Show me that arch again. Who are you? Your command was not understood, the intelligence says with clear satisfaction, sounding for all the world like it... Whoa, what? Sounding for all the world like it understood the question, but is choosing not to answer. Command me. Okay. What was that art you showed me? Your command was not understood. The intelligence chuckles, its lights pulsing. What commands do you recognize then? The three lights throb irritably. Heated air sighs from the device's vents, and then a towering list of commands races through your mind, far too fast to read. You rub your eyes, groaning, and the intelligence chortles. Command me. Kick the device as hard as you can. Great. Show me that list of commands again. Slower, please. Show me that arch again. Examine the outside of the device. Well, let's examine it. Indignant hum rises from engines. Yeah, great, cool. Kick the device as hard. Okay, this is a computer, or it seems like it is. Maybe kicking it would help, because that's usually what fixes computers, you know? I've worked in IT for years. Hey, let's do that. Smash. The intelligence's lights flutter in alarm just before your foot smashes into the base of the device. Something within it goes crunch. Captain Crunch, is that you? Cell gating damaged. It gasps. That's the same word. The trio of lights focusing on you with blinding intensity. All prisoners lost. Shuddering Lugum Vo. What the heck is Lugum Vo? A hatch springs open near the dent left by your foot, and the lights flicker off as you claim a hissing component from the device's smoking interior. Gained item Shatterstar. You planning on breaking every machine in here? Oh, you actually want to talk to me now, huh? Jerkface. What is this? Tiny glowing motes float through the interior of this tower. Each one is surrounded by much smaller motes, like thousands of worlds circling their suns. Great. Are you going to go away now? Thing? Okay, good. What is this? The machine hums softly. Okay, cool. Now will you talk to me, you punk face? O'Malley. No, you won't. Alright. Sure. Callistege? Anything? Nope. I say air. I said air. Yep. Mechanical arm lies on the floor, presumably broken off during your fall. Sparks pour from the arm's shattered housing, filling the air with a greasy stench. Examine the housing and attempt to scavenge it from what you can. Let's try to scavenge it. Yep. Taking care to work around the sparks, you manage to extract an unbroken component from the housing's interior. You don't see anything else of value inside the demolished machine. Alrighty, I got all the things, I think. I can go... Alright, so I can just go look at things again. Transparent synth. Alright, well, that's helpful. These guys are apparently not going to follow me. So, I don't think that's going to be helpful. Now I go down the stairs and go into the door. That's great. Ooh, that's kind of a cool background. Cool screen cap from the world. Alright, so we learned going up there wasn't very helpful because those guys are jerks. But let's see what's going on here. What's going on with these things? Are these dreidels or something? What are these things? Two floating cones whirl and spin deliriously around each other, giggling like children being tickled. You have weird kids. The air around them smells sweet of sweet burning leaves. Okay. What are you? They're dancing and laughing and they don't care. Touch a cone. You manage to graze one of them with the tip of your finger. Roarn, a voice says, and your vision is stolen from you. A moon hangs over you, but it is not the one you recognize. It's black and in a pearl white sky. Thick, flat asteroids orbit it like petals in the wind. You feel questing tendrils at your ankle, and the hot wind on your face smells of scorched hair and grief. Oh, goody. Your vision returns. The cones hang motionless for only a second before resuming their giggly dance. What are you for? Watch them for patterns. Oh. Because talking to them worked so well the first time, well, let's ask them another question. Cones greet your question with a split second of hushed silence, followed by the delighting peals of helpless giggling. Okay, watch them for patterns? Sure, why not? The longer you stare at these artifacts, the more convinced they turn faster while inspiring paths cross each other. Try talking to them again, because it worked both the other times? No. Alright. Not really sure what that was about, but hey. What is this nonsense over here? What in the heck is this? All the crazy hands coming out of the ocean. Is this a tree? Holy cow. Oh my goodness. Okay. A tangled cluster of metallic tendrils grows from the depths of the nearby water. Strangely, they resemble clawed alien hands, most of which have 7 or 8 fingers. Examine the cluster, break off one of the hands, might, or walk away. Let's see what it is first. You try to lean around the nearest palm and notice that it innocently moves with you as if guided by a wind that's not there. You feint right and go left instead just in time to see what the hand was trying to hide. One of the lower hands is passing a small silvery object, a seed pod, to another. Try to grab the seed pod. Boom. You wait for an opening, then snatch the pod as it passes from one hand to another. Immediately a wave of outrage washes over you from the cluster's direction. I got the seed pod, okay. Break off one of the hands. Oh, do I really want to do this? Oh. Grip the hand nearest to you and snap it from its roots. Stepping back, you give it a couple experimental swings. Good balance, might make a decent weapon. Great, I'm finding weapons and pissing off everything in the tri-state radius. Okay. Let's see. Examine. They're difficult to follow, but they move away from you. Watching them for too long makes you feel nauseous. Apart from the hands, you don't notice anything else interesting. I don't need another hand. Can I come look at this junk right here? What is this? Okay, it's a money bag of some kind. What did I do? Oh. That seems to not do much. Let's see. What is this nonsense over here? Okay. A bubbling mass of sludge floats on the surface of the water. Every once in a while, an oily nodule separates it from it and hurls into the sky. Yeah, that looks like what it's doing. You catch a momentary glimpse of a muck-coated object in the putrid mass. Oh, dude, we're going to put our hand in there? Are you serious? Carefully, you lean closer to the heaving mass. After a moment's study, you notice that the globules rising into the sky always contain something, be it of a shining core of unattained seawater or a tiny fish. Perception. Far below the water, you spot a vast, dark reservoir of this sludge. Let's try to get an object. Object! Give me that. The next time sunlight strikes the object's streaked surface, you're ready. You snatch it from the oily mass and clean it as best you can. Ecstasy glass. Oh, good. Now we can get wasted out of our mind. That's great. Search for more objects. Spot no other mysterious objects. Wait for them to surface. Alright, I guess we'll give up on that one for now. Let's go over here. What's this? What is this? Cable connects to this spout to the collection device. The nozzle looks like it had been attached to another machine at one time. I'm sure it was. How do we get over here? Can we not get over there? What is this? Collecting black goop. So that's what that's doing. What is this? Sunken buildings are dramatically different from the architecture above the waterline. Oh, is there like a sunken city here? Oh, what? Okay. That is cool. It looks like this is technology from this world, but maybe the previous generations have their technology buried underneath here. Like the city underneath was like the 8th world maybe, or just an older one. I don't know. That is crazy. Let's go in here. Let's go in the weird orange building and see what happens. Okay. This metal door is thick, heavy, and unmarked by time. Double rows of circular bumps run horizontally and vertically across its surface. It is firmly sealed. Metal surface is infused with minuscule threads that are barely visible to the human eye. They only run in straight lines and right angles, and they seem to converge at the circular bumps. Great. It's a door made out of flannel. Plaid flannel, that is. Upon closer inspection, you notice that each of the bumps is unique. Some have flat faces, others are actually many-sided polygons, and a few are marked by tiny apertures. Fortunately, you don't see anything that resembles a knob, keyhole, or access device. You try touching both the flat planes of the door and the small bumps, but nothing happens. Knock on the door. Alright, so we knocked and nothing happened. Peachy as all get out. Okay, so we went that way, we went this way. Let's see, is there any way to go over here? What is this thing? It's like a something. Obelisk, yeah. Matte black obelisk floats in midair above the water. It has a sharp, curved sides that converge to a glowing tip that brightens or dims with the passing of the bay's faint breezes. Why would we touch this? You raise your hand towards the obelisk. Dull green light wells from within the black stone, fixed on you like a furious eye. Why would we touch it? Why would we yank our hand away? Oh, crud. It hit us. A beam of light streaks from the tip of the monument and pierces your hand. Shouting in pain, you stagger back. Yeah, I kind of knew that was going to happen. Glow fades from the structure. So that was there to hurt us. Terrific. Alright, so we're here. What else is around? Not much. Let's see. Let's go up here. These guys look like they wanted to attack us before, but they didn't. Master's construct was trying to climb across the top of the reef when it died. Its surface is pocked with many tiny scars and scorch marks. What is... Okay, we really can't go over there. Okay, so this dome is not a glass dome. That's a different one. I love the detail work. Look at all those like hexagonal floors here. That's really cool. And then these like electronic barrier gate things. That's cool. So all those guys disappeared. What was that about? Can I get the shield again? Hopefully that wasn't for the fight I was supposed to have with these guys. Probably was. Let's go inside here and see what's up the stairs. Oh boy, here we go. Attacking is rarely a solution unless everyone's trying to kill you, which is usually what happens in video games. Alright. Alright, let's see what's going on here. So far, this world is amazing looking. Like, I can't believe just the creativity and design that went into this game. Just even the beginning parts. It's really pretty awesome. I'm pretty impressed with it. Most games are kind of run-of-the-mill, and this is really kind of special, actually. Let's see. Do we have to talk to this dude? Otero! How are you, Otero? See what he says. Wind spins off the distant sea, sweeping between you and the boy, whistling up toward the peaks of the Sagas cliffs. He glances at you and the crowds in the plaza beyond. He appears to be looking for someone. Saw you wandering down on the reef, he says. Did you get to that star before the others did? He looks back at your face and grins. Guess not. That ain't a face that's found a good pick. Don't be rude, boy. There was nothing to find down there. I was the falling star. Let's see. Let's just answer the question. Heh, sure you were. Sell that skiss to someone else. Yeah, skiss is definitely like crap. Look, he says. You heard it well, but I can tell you're new here. I ain't trying to offend you, but I don't like leaving folk new to Sagas Cliffs on their own. If you have questions about the city or circus mine in particular, answer them free of charge. Okay. Answer some questions then, you punk. Just this time, maybe until the end of the day. I don't usually give away advice to nothing, understand? Okay. Thank you. I do have questions. Good. Let's have them. Do you live here? I'm looking for the call of the changing god. Where's the order of truth? So we're in Circus Minor now. What can you tell me about the city? Where can I find a place to sleep around here? Goodbye. Okay. So, do you live here? Not really. Walls are nice, but they keep you in one place. I like to move around or explore. You don't have a home? We're in Circus Minor now. Yeah, this is the heart of the city, he says, folding his arms. The levies and politicians will tell you that Government Square is the center of Sagas Cliffs, but they're not thinking right. He spreads his hands, framing the plaza. When folk come to Sagas, they come here. They talk and trade, flirt and fight, tell stories. Everyone who comes here leaves different. Anyway, what do you want to know? Let's see. What's happening on that stage? An execution, he says. It'll be going on for a few days yet. All those folks think they'll learn great truths from the nightmares of a dying man. It's not worth my time, but it might be worth yours if you haven't seen one before. Okay, let's go watch somebody get killed. That sounds great. Let's see. Anyone around here know how to fix complex machinery? I don't know if that's a good question. What are you doing here anyway? Alright. He says. Prada, that's the Buglady in the market. It's pretty good with machines. You might ask her for advice. Rubs the back of his neck. Otherwise, you'll want to visit the foreman in the underbelly. They might be able to fix it if they can stop fighting long enough. Oh, good. I'm going to get involved in people's business. Great. Let's see. Who should I speak to in the marketplace? Okay, you already told me that. What are you doing here anyway? Okay. Just got back from a scrounge. I'm going to trade salvo for supplies before I get set out again. Enjoying the sights, you know? You can't help but notice he doesn't seem to be enjoying himself. He looks downright unhappy, guilty even. Who are you looking for? A girl I met a while back, he says, looking away. She was new in town, like you. I'm just wondering what happened to her, if she's okay. Anyway, you have other questions? Yes. What can you tell me about the city? Okay. Depends on what you want to know. I've spent most of my time in Circus Minor, but there's other districts too. Government Square, Cliff's Edge, the Underbelly, and Caravanserai. I guess that's how you say that. He scratches his chin. There's also a reef of fallen worlds, but you've already been down there. Okay. Alright. Only caretakers, salvers, bullies, and diggers desperate for scrounge go there, and you, of course. Besides, folks think it's haunted by ghosts from the previous worlds, and I've seen enough down there to agree with him. Okay. But it's dangerous enough without worrying about ghosts. Quoro, he's a local gallowglass, came up with a corpse over his shoulder, bragging about he was the one who did it. Yeah, that was me. Why doesn't the local law do something about it? They might one day, but the reef isn't part of their turf. It doesn't belong to anyone. Tell me about the reef. Bedrock of Sagas and haunted ruins of prior worlds. Only crazy folk go there. And you. Okay. What's to know about Caravanserai? That's port of Sagas. Any ship can fly lands there, makes their trades, and takes off to foreign lands. He turns a scornful eye towards the distant flags on High Crag. Plenty to see right here in Sagas. Don't know why people insist on leaving. What is Cliff's Edge? A damn dangerous place to live, he says, laughing. Ha ha ha. Folks build their houses out on the ledge over the sea. Everyone gets upset when one of them falls. Seems like people to me. He sighs. I hear it's been getting worse lately. Watch your feet up there. Okay. I feel like this kid is like a gangster. He's like, hey, watch your feet up there, kid. You know, he sounds like a gangster. I don't know why. In my head. Okay, Underbelly. Imagine an underground place where the city sends everyone they don't like. Cannibal cultists, mutants, caretakers and thugs, cynical old men, now stink like burning material and cooking meat. That's the Underbelly. You mentioned Government Square. I did, but you can guess what's up there. Government Stiffs, that's right. Alright. Ask about something else. Let's see. Where can I find a place to sleep? That's a good thing to know. Cult of the Changing God might let you sleep in their camp. You can try Tranquility's rest in Caravanserai. Alright. How about... I'm looking for the Cult of the Changing God. Well, you're not going to be able to miss them. He says they're camped around with that weird clock to the other side of the square. What do you want with those carkers anyway? They owe you something? Yes, I'm the Changing God. Oh, right. Good luck with the pitch. They meet a few Changing Gods a year, so don't expect open arms. That's awesome. All right, where's the Order of Truth? In Government Square. From here, follow the path around to the left and look for the stairs going up. You don't have a home? Guess we can ask this kid just about everything. Don't need one. Carry my life with me. He pats his bags. Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Alright, that's about all. See you around, partner. Tiber, horrified man. Unmoved woman. Spectator. Spectator. Excited man. Spectator. Bad guys. Cool. Or guards, I guess, maybe. Thought this was a civilized city. There's Canadu, there's El Gento, and there's the... Behold, the ancient spirit awaits you in the dark. One will laugh, one will bellow, one will weep. Okay, good. Already have a psycho talking to me. Merchant. Okay, he's probably got stuff for us. Falinda and Stursti. Something like that. Alright, so we don't have any clue where we're going yet, do we? Oh, there's the dead guy. Okay, alright. There's Riz and Death of Riz. Okay. Sabbath, what can you do? Yeen the Overseer. Levy. Intrigued woman. They raise their hands as if it's from a sea of blood and claim the houses of the sun. What is this? Over here. Like this brainy fool? What is that? You inch closer to the lattice of energies that holds the creature, and as you lean in, the ugly glaive with the sledgehammer slung over his shoulder shouts at you. Oh, I know, gawking for free. Pay El Gento or get gone, he says. He glowers at you, hand reaching for the haft of his hammer until you step away from the cage. Be damned if I let somebody steal from us. El Gento. Alright, Canadu. Let's see. What if we talk to Canadu? This large Bald, broad-shouldered man turns to face you. You freeze. It's not his dark cloak or his sledgehammer. It's that beneath his mustache and goatee he is so ugly that he could scare his own mother in a dark alley. Oh, good. How's it going, ugly? He gives you an abrupt nod, and you get the distinct impression that here stands a man who enjoys the boredom of standing guard in the company of his own thoughts. Peachy. Smart man. Glad I met him. Nothing to see here until you pay Algento, he says. What's the thing in the cage? Neptunicorn. Okay, alright. Algento will tell you things. Alright, well, I'll talk to him then, because maybe he's not such a jerk. Let's see. Okay. How did you capture it? Okay. Alright, he doesn't seem very nice. Let's talk to this dude. In front of you is a weary traveler whose grim visage is mostly obscured by a pointy hat. Upon closer inspection, the lines in his face indicate he has seen much and has many tales to tell. Hello there, friend. Here to see the Theremin, whatever it is. My friend in the cage over there, or are you just looking to spend a word or two? You have the look of a storyteller about you. I want to see the creature up close. I have some questions. I'm looking for someone who can repair a complicated device. You have the look of a storyteller about you. Do I? Well, I will confess for a certain easiness around the spoken word, but I have no talent in crafting fiction, friend. For me, it's the truth or silence. Well, it already sounds like he talks too much. Fortunately, I've had a more fantastical life than most. Okay. He's far from mine, friend, he says with a raspy chuckle, as you'll likely see if I get too close to his cage. Go on, ask your questions. It's a he. How did you capture it? What's your plan on doing with it? What you're doing is showing it off. Okay. What is it? A biomechanical union of stubborn curiosity and frothing malice. Who made them? No one can say, but they cannot be trusted or befriended. Cross their paths or thwart their incomprehensible whims, and they'll kill you if they can. Sounds like your bodyguard. Okay. You called it a he. Is it a male? Could be female or genderless or many-gendered. Who can say? I have a friend in prison. I feel better about that fact if I don't call him it. Alright. How'd you capture him? I suppose you could blame luck, he says. A little early to call it good or bad, though. His eyes begin to seek the skies. He begins his story. Well, despite just telling you that I don't like to talk much, I'm about to talk your ear off, so here we go. I was working on, well, call it a trap, in a valley through some nameless ruin. Canada was off hunting for dinner, and I went to work in a daze. And I work in a daze. Okay. Always do when I'm concentrating. A smile flits across his face. He likes to think about concentrating, apparently. Near sunset, the trap was still in pieces, and I heard Canada roaring my name. I turned just in time to see our guests bearing down on me. The creature's volley of molten energy cracked off the personal barrier I left active while building the trap, but I knew it couldn't hold. Then Canada leapt off the valley edge into the Neptunicorn, whatever, his back bashing it with his hammer. It shrieked, and then night fell, and the creature went still. Oh, so it's only at night that it can only be awake during the day, I guess? I worked a touch frantically, I admit, to finish the trap. I hadn't been designed for our guests, but as you can see, it worked. How'd you get the creature into the city? Oh my goodness. Oh my, oh me, oh my. Tell me more. A fair question, he says, casting a lazy glance back at the cage, but a longer answer is not interesting as I'd like. So let's just say the trap is more collapsible than it appears. Alright. What do you plan on doing with it? Well, not that our motives make much difference to our guests. They want to boil our skins once we let him go. I can't say I blame him. Oh, there's another thing up here that keeps going too high, and I keep missing it. We're likely to release it and run it as if every kind of demon in the world is after us. We're not trappers, you see. We're explorers, and we're only in this to save up some coin for a journey across a long patch of ground. All right. Let's see. What else? Let's see. You must be in desperate shape if you're patrolling the circus talking to strangers, he says. Do you have a piece of the device? Might be that I can offer my opinion. Man's face carries an impenetrable nonchalance of a lifelong gambler, but even so you spot a hint of curiosity, hunger even, deep in his glittering eyes. Yes, I have a shard of this crystal. Yeah, let's show him the shard. Why not? Let's see. He accepts the crystal shard with great care, turning it over and over in his cracked hands. In silence, you catch a hint of wood smoke and notice his eyes have turned slate gray. Living crystal, he mutters at last, seeking a greater hole. Still warm, maybe alive, maybe thinking. He hands the shard back to you with a touch of regret. Interesting piece of tech, but not one I know much about. Sorry, friend. Try asking around some more. Okay. Alright, so we're just kind of, you know, walking around, doing our thing, talking to people, seeing what's up. What's going on over here? Let's see. Performer, child. What is this? Is that a person? Okay, that's a person being weird, something. Not really sure. Let's go over here. What is this dude? The genocide? What in the crud is that? I'm gonna go touch it. Machine towers above you like a dagger driven in the ground by a giant. It seems much older than the surrounding buildings. Yay, old technology. Your hands itch to touch the array of dark panels scattered about the machine as though they have touched them before. Oh, great. We have amnesia all over again. Let's see. Examine the device. Try to remember why this machine feels so familiar. Well, sure, what? Anamnemesis. Sure. Memory teases you with images of the machine in pieces, but you can remember no more than that. Examine the device. Your hands slip over the cobbled together components and greasy cables, the buttons worn by frequent use. It's a strange accomplishment, this machine, clumsy but deft. Amateurish but masterful. Only a brilliant mind could have melded so many disparate parts into a functional device. This device was used, though you don't fully understand how, to generate a field that unmoored everything within it from time itself. Oh, crap. Really? So it just dislodges stuff in time? That is cool. Can I play with it? Looks like a Stargate dial home device, actually. You know, dial home. Your fingers scrape a rough patch. Lifting them, you see a circunet symbol etched into the side like a maker's mark. Try to... Yeah, we gotta see it. Now it's easier that we tried it again? Alright. Hey, sweet. Okay. You close your eyes to better concentrate, sinking in the currents of a memory that does not belong to you, or at least not to the body you are in. And you hear the thunderous heartbeat of the operational generator calling you from across centuries. Oh, snap. You open cold, focused eyes, ignoring the screams, the drifting triangles of black smoke. Lost Island? Is that you? No. Your attention is solely focused on the health of the machine's heartbeat. You reach into the hissing guts of the generator, adjusting and tuning, hoping and praying that it doesn't blow you up. Okay. Heartbeat fades into the past. Your body's hand rests on the rusty surface of the long-dead generator. Did that do anything? 20 different technologies melded into this one. Alright, cool. Yeah, it didn't do much. What is the genocide? Why would you name yourself that? This burly armor-clad figure stands almost motionless. He regards you silently through his singular eyes. Studs on his arms and the blades on his shoulders are stained and pitted with age. I am the genocide. If you ask, I must... I am the genocide. If you ask, I must answer. Pass on, then, and exchange no words. You said you had to answer if I asked. Why? From within the helmet, you hear a grinding noise, the sound of teeth gnashing amplified. Then the voice again, bleak. We sat at the river's edge, and we wept for the time that was. We saw nothing more to conquer, and yet our fears still drove us. We had conquered the land, purged its impurities, made it ours. Still we wanted more. When we heard that humans had come to carve a home, we rejoiced to have a new foe, new test of our truth. We rode against them. We drove them to the forge of the night sky, to the valley of Mira Jolios, to the dangers of the Black Riage. But those who built their homes atop these ruins, they thwarted us, time and again. And so we brought our strongest constructs, our deadliest warriors, to the bay. We ringed the city. We entered the human settlement. We fought past barricades and traps. Some of our constructs are still here, silent and dead. But when we thought we had achieved our greatest victory... You got ice cream instead? No. A powerful Nano saved them. With his magics, he called upon the strength of the ancients and captured us. I thought my life was at an end, but he imprisoned me in slow time, trapped me in my body, used machines to paralyze my will. I still remember our glories, and I see the fated future in front of me, and I am powerless to act. The memories of our triumphs remain always at the forefront of my mind, and I must answer the mocking questions of these people or suffer. Who are you? Can you tell me why you have to answer the question again? Can you tell me about the nano who trapped you here? How did he stop you? You seem very calm for someone who's been in prison for centuries. How did they stop you from trying to escape? I have been defeated. I have nothing to fight for. My captor gelded me with a tool they made to dampen my natural urges. I can remember the actions. I can recall the glory, but I feel shame, regret. I am weakened, but not by my volition. What does it matter? Those who stood against me are all dead. I am victorious. I no longer fight with a blade. My weapon is time. I do not die. I cannot be wounded. I am held like a beetle in sap. Why would I not be serene? The underspine spoke of my destiny. Okay. I was to wage war to the edge of the universe. Then the universe keeps going, and so, it seems, must die. Someday I will be free. Someday, until then, I am incorruptible. Okay. The genocide raises his hands in defeat. He found old knowledge and made it his own. He created defenses that we could not penetrate. Most telling, most effective, the shield generators. He created 3 barriers around the heart of the city, and the last unmoored the city in time. When our constructs touched it, they flashed to stasis. We could not reach the city, but the city could reach us. You feel ticking of memory as the genocide speaks to the shields. It continues to talk, oblivious. Let the memory come. Oh, snap. It's a patchy memory, coming in still images and moments, the relentless beats of the war machines as they approach the city, the reavers in the sky on their dirigibles. You remember fighting with them on the parapet. You remember fleeing into the safety of the city. You recall making your way to the shield generators, cutting off the Tabat supply lines. Then the memory fades. The genocide watches you silently. Dude. Okay, so all these questions, and then down here it says, the Nana who defeated you is the changing god. He and his children still live. You mentioned the shield generators. Can you tell me about them? Let's do the changing god one. His voice was flat and dead. Others have claimed this. I do not know if they say this to torment me. But if our enemy was a god, even if he was once but a man, then to stand against him is to spit in the face of the divine. The Tabat were a holy people. Humans do not believe it. But our rights were as sacred to us as they were profane to your kind. We accepted the will of the ineffable. Any who still live may yet find the mantle of godhood. To be divine is to be beyond the rule of mortal ethics. Those who would be gods must cast aside these concerns if they are to turn against the old teachings. Let's do this. I told you their effect. They unmoored the city in time. They severed our supply lines. They left us vulnerable and defeated us. The Underspine's strategy failed us. I began to doubt. The generators are unused, abandoned, their purpose forgotten, though the people of the city still swear by our name and our terrors are fresh. They have forgotten the means of their salvation. One of them stands not far from here. Unlike the others, it still functions. It powers the clock around which those ridiculous fools prance. Okay. So there's a clock that still powers one of the shield generators, I guess. Let's see. How do they stop you from trying to escape? The Nana who raised the city's shields created a device. He called it the Mind Seer. With it he violated my mind, my memories, and everything that was at the core of my being. In a fit of vengeance he tore truths from me. He made me betray my people. He rewrote my mind. He gave me a perfect clarity into the past and gelded my ability to shape the future. Is the Mind Seer that thing that we used to connect to the dude in the dream inside that sarcophagus thing? You know, the memory we shared after we defeated the Sorrow? I think that was called the Mind Seer too. Okay? And now they do not even do that. I become a fixture, an irrelevance, a non-entity. I am the slave to... ... You hear his teeth grinding as he thinks of the perfect insult. To peacemakers. I must endure their presence and feel their corruption sink into me daily. Some foreign part of me desires it. He thumps his fist into his hand. But I remember that I will triumph over them. Eventually they will die. And I will not. This guy kind of reminds me of... what's the dude's name? Strax from Doctor Who, where he's been left behind by his empire and all he wants to do is triumph, basically. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Not exactly, but a little bit. Let's see. All right, so we asked all these questions pretty much. Who are you? That's probably good. I am a blade that cannot cut, a weapon that cannot strike, a living monument to failure. He shifts his weight. I was Convirith of the Tabat. They called me one of the Black Three. They took my name to mean death in a dozen extinct tongues. They gave me the titles of Orphan Maker, Hope Smasher, Death's Child. My armies blackened the earth and the skies. My Dracolith scoured the land. Domination was my duty. All this. It was to have been mine in stewardship for the future of my people. It was promised, but now... Now I am the genocide. A relic. The last of my kind. Sounds like Doctor Who again. Okay, so... You mentioned the Tabat. Who or what were they? We haven't asked that. My people, great warriors, we owned this land. We served the Underspine and it served us. We sought truth and victory. We ascended to epiphany. We were pure, incorruptible, indivisible, even in disunity. We found strength in one another and proved it with bloody blades. But we fell, and the Underspine fell. And so, too late, we learned a new truth. But I carry the old ways as a seed within my heart. Ah, here's a question. I witnessed a traveler enter Vander's tomb. Two of them merge into one mind, cohabitating. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Vanders would never allow himself to be debased so. It would be corruption, imperfection. I do not believe you. He looks down and flexes his hands, then quieter. No, I do believe you. The world is in decline. Nothing approaches the perfection we established. At least Vander's insight has entered the world again. Perhaps he can resurrect the Underspine. What the crap is the Underspine? Yeah, okay, tell me more about that. Our slave, our god, our prize. It kept us holy, kept us pure and unchanging, anchored to a fixed point. The world turned around us, but we remained constant. When the world brought inconsistency, we fed it blood. That's not creepy. The Underspine was our soul, our confessor. We knew clean, hard rapture from it. We knew our path. It gave us words of the ancient Tabat, and our path was rigid and unbending, absolute. Let's do this one. What was the Underspine? You would not understand. It was a machine. It was stone. It was a cavern. It was a city. It was the direct voice of our ancestors. It spoke into our heads and into our ears and into our hearts. We heard its voice in our crutches. What is a crutch? In our daily instructions. Our God was true and strong and singular, not the fickle and inconstant things of the modern day. What happened to it? You can hear the frown in his voice. Sabotage. Or failure. One of those under my command told me that it had whispered defeat into his ears, as if it had sickened, lost sight of the true path. Given the question, the Underspine denied this. My soldier was cast out, and I suffered the barb for his doubts. It was years later, that the Underspine broke, after our failure, and I have never been sure if the seeds for our defeat were planted in those days. Okay, so it's a machine. The Nano who captured me, who nailed me to time, he used the Mindseer to ferret out the Underspine's location. I do not know if he ever found it in the world, but I fear it was my doing that led to the destruction of my people. Okay, if your path was unbending, it's no wonder you broke. Sure, be a jerk to him. I do not bend now. I have been driven down, but I do not bend. I live, and those stood against me are dead. Do you have more questions, or do you release me? Okay, you said you were less of your kind. Why? The rest are dust. We rose against a superior foe and were outmatched. Only I remain to tell the story of Tabat. Dude, Sad Panda is sad. Like, I feel really bad for this guy. No, I wish you good tidings. He's called the genocide, but like, he can't. There's nothing he can do. Like, he's just left over. What is going on over here? Stuff falling down? Alright. Alright, so where are we at here? There's sort of shops and stuff over here. What's all the tents doing? Alright, who's this? Crier. Let's see what's going on here. Sagas, townsperson, changing god. Oh, okay. So here's the changing god dudes over here. Alright, that's cool. It's good to know. One of the Death Cheater's vessels. Oh, dude, they're talking about me? Alright, so they're all excited that I'm here. Why? Alright. Who's this? Townsperson. Embedded in the cliff wall is a massive structure that clearly predates the buildings that surround it. Dude, I wish we could see all this stuff. What's over here? Oh my gosh, what is this thing? Mimian and Kazmin. Okay. And then some sort of big... Oh, this is the ancient clock thing that's run by the shield generator or something, right? I guess that's what that is. Alright. Very cool. Let's go down here and see what's going on here. Who's these guys? Autochathon. Alright. That's cool. Who's this? Mutant. Levy. Alright. What's going on over here? People. Cool. People. Alright, so leave this area. I don't know if I want to leave this area yet. Let's see what else. What's around here? We've got some houses and stuff. Are these the edge of the cliffs, I guess? Okay. What happens if I try to loot this? Do I get in trouble? Shin and Abtrusans? Alright, so just looted random dudes things? Okay. Alright, I'm a thief. That's great. Let's see here. Dude, there's just so much to go over. Like, so much to explore. It's impossible to figure out what all's going on. Like, there's so much here. Oh, there's more loot. Hold on. Hold on, bad guys. I gotta go loot stuff. Come over here and steal from people. Spray flesh. Terrific. Terrific. I was just saying to myself the other day, you know, if I had some spray flesh, that would be just, you know, everything I need. Veridai. What was that? Cipher or something? What was that thing I just saw? What is this guy? Slaver. Great. Let's go meet him. Did I grab all the loot that was here, I guess? Yeah, I think so. What is going down over here? Okay, let's see. Paja and Kellinor. Dried virulent meat. Prada. Oh, I was supposed to talk to Prada about fixing some stuff, huh? Who's this? Merchant. Ziofi the sculptor. Jerem. Edible metals. What? Several pieces of the creature depicted appears to almost lunge at the stone. So hurling itself at the sculptor, perhaps that's why they were left unfinished. Alright. Headaches, migraines, all sizes and severities. Why would you buy a migraine? That's just crazy pants. Okay. What are these? Canopied wagon beds for lie forlornly against the wall, bereft of axles or other means of locomotion that appear to go anywhere soon. Who's this guy? Slaver. Slaver. Alright. Those guys look really interesting. Alright. See if we can use memories. What's over here? Is this back towards the... Oh, okay, so it's back towards the main gate. Let's talk to Prada, because we're supposed to find out if she can fix something for us. Probably not the resonance chamber, whatever thing. In the shadows cast by the folds of this merchant's cowl, you glimpse hints of verdant chitin and other amber mandibles erupting from pale human flesh. Her voluminous robes cannot hide the fact that her movements are off, as if too many joints inhabit too little space. Okay. But her voice is warm, tumbling flood of spoken thoughts and impulses. So she's a writer, I guess. Fair afternoon to you. Warm, isn't it? Something begins humming in one of her many pockets, and her brilliant, multifaceted eyes flicker towards an invisible point in the distance. Well, not as warm as it could be, but it's the warmest minute of the week by a considerable margin. Oh, good. She's a nerd. That's my people right there. She trails off, but the hum continues. Oh, you have one of those tattoos, too. Anyway, can I interest you in some prime artifacts? Dusty relics, Numenera of uncertain origin? Well, you know, I like stuff. Sure, let's see. I've never visited this city before. What can you tell me about it? You appear to be transforming into an insect. What now? I'm looking for someone who can repair a complex machine. Can you help? You said someone else had my tattoo. Who? Let me see what you're selling. Let's do this. I know, isn't it fantastic? I think I might be caused by the intermingling fields of Numenera I used to organize my thoughts, or the ones I'm selling. Maybe all of them. You never know what a variety of ciphers will interact with each other. They are such fun. Oh yeah, that's such fun. Makes you into an insect. Perfect. Sounds great. I'll invite you over every weekend. Let's see here. Let's see. How about tell me about the city? No, I can do better than that. Tell me about anything in this place that worries you and I'll make it better. That's a guarantee. Okay, she takes away worries. That's great. Dangerous areas I should avoid. Not at all. I heard so many rumors about how the underbelly was ruled by vicious thugs, but when I went down there to make a trade, no one so much as glared at me. Of course, they were probably worried I was going to snip their heads off, but the underbelly is fascinating and worth the risk. Most everywhere is. Haha, very funny video game. Let's see. I'm still finding my way. Could I get a discount on your goods? Let's talk about something else. Okay. How about I'm looking for someone who can repair a complex machine. Ooh, I'd love to. Complex machines are my favorite, but I know I shouldn't. It may surprise you, but I'm very, very, very easily distracted. I'm rather fumble-fingered, fumble-clawed, whatever. You're better off with someone else. Sorry. You said someone else had my tattoo. Oh, right, a pale lady. She wanted me to fix an artifact of hers, but I couldn't make any sense of it. And that is rare, believe me. I felt sorry for her, to tell you the truth. She seemed sad, like she'd lost something and was never going to get it back. Okay. Tell me about the Numenera you used to organize your thoughts. Oh, it's simple, sort of. She pulls 3 tiny Numenera from her robes, a buzzing bird figurine, a green music box, and a circular spring. I have too many thoughts, and if I try to hold them all in one brain, I just stand and drool, you know. So each of these have a slightly different purpose. Which one do you want to hear about? The bird figurine? Birdie's pretty simple. If I'm running with a great thought and don't have time to complete, she shunt it into her so she can pick it up later. It does make everything smell like berries, though. Alright. The music box. Jade box is a tough old lady. If I'm rolling with a more complex line of thinking, I bring her up and she chomps the individual ideas and feeds them back to me. I try to use her as little as possible because she gives me headaches. No, it's the opposite. Head eases? That's a concept. Okay. You could sell that at, you know, drugstore. Anyway, they're worse than headaches because you can't go around thinking everything is all bad. It's all bad for your health. Okay. Circular spring. That's Rounda. She's a bit scary. I can shunt a bunch of thoughts into her, but she doesn't process them. She just gives them back to me slightly changed and infinitely better than they went in. I try not to use her much. It feels like cheating. Actually, I want to buy one? I hate to say no, but I've had them since I was little. I can't do it, sorry. Did one of them in particular catch your eye? I can at least tell you about it. Well, no, you already did. Okay, you're not really helpful. Alright, well, that's kind of our marketplace tour, I think. I'm sure there's more stuff we could go over, but, yeah, I don't know. I think I will call the episode here for now, and next time we will set off to either find the Order of Truth, or we'll go chat with the Cult of the Changing God and see what they're all about, and maybe we'll learn more about this dying guy and all these jerks that are watching or something. I don't know. There's so much going on here. It's just kind of fills your brain up too fast. Maybe we do need one of her Numenera, but she won't give it to us. So, yeah. All right. We'll explore some more when we come back. And I hope you're enjoying the beta so far. I definitely am. And, yeah. With that, I think I will catch you on the flip side. Thank you for watching.